I'm excited, yes. So Ariana is going back on tour, finally, and there's been a lot of rumours for quite a long time.
I think that divorce album's going to be wild, guys. I was with you in the office, wasn't I? And I said I've had the most crazy tip-in, this was last week, that Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz have been seen on a date at Rita's in Soho.
I opened it and I see this video at like 3 a.m. and I was like, oh my God.
It's on.
I was like, she was right.
This is Showbiz Fix, where the Sun Showbiz team gives you the inside scoop on our biggest celebrity stories, exclusive gossip, and the lowdown on everything you're loving this week. Flick is off, so it's a bizarre column takeover on Fix. And we've got a whole lot of love on the agenda, with Taylor and Travis's engagement and Zoe Kravitz's romance with Harry Styles. But first, let's get into Ariana Grande. Because Jack, you are bringing a very big exclusive and exciting exclusive to the Fix table. Please tell all.
I'm excited, yes. So Ariana is going back on tour, finally, and there's been a lot of rumours for quite a long time. Obviously, I think it's been delayed because of Wicked, really, and that's been such a success. But she is officially playing the London's O2. It'll be the first time she's played that venue in 7 years.
Oh, wow, that's massive.
Actually, a really long time. It is a world tour, but it's not like a mega tour. A bit like Miley, who won't go on tour. Ariana's also not a fan of life on the road. So it's select shows around the world, rather than we're not going to see like a mammoth Gaga tour with like hundreds of dates.
I think she said that before, didn't she? She said, I think when she was promoting the album originally, she was like, I do want to do some shows, but I'm also conscious I don't want to go on a massive tour. And she's been busy, you know, she's been doing the Wicked films for the last few years. I don't even know how she managed to record the album. So I think, look, we're just lucky here in the UK that she's going to be doing them here. I'm happy about that.
Oh, it's wild. And I mean, and you've had this story for a while, because I always find that a sort of a fascinating part of our jobs that people often don't get to see, is when you find out about something, you get a tip off, and actually it takes quite a long time to get to fruition.
Yeah, so I've been chasing it for a bit, and the last time that I texted her team was actually on my birthday, so that's quite sad of me. And I was like, this announcement's coming in the next few weeks.
When was that? Was that back in June?
In July.
In July?
That was July, yeah. And they're like, oh no, nothing yet. And obviously we knew there was, but left it there, and I had my birthday cake. And yeah, so I've also heard, talking about the music, there is going to be more music coming as well before the tour, because the last album, which Eternal Sunshine, I love it, but it's a bit of a it is a breakup album. And then the deluxe is about finding love again, which was with Ethan Slater. But it's all a bit slower. So apparently there's some pop songs, and they're going to come. Maybe an album, I'm not 100% on that, but there's definitely new music coming before next summer, which she will then tie into the tour.
I prefer her pop songs. Like, I'm not the biggest purveyor of her music. Like, it's not really my jam, but she does have some little pop belters that I enjoy. Like, I've actually never listened to that last album. I might have listened to a couple of tracks, but it's not me.
The thing is, I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan. I've seen her so many times, and I met her once, and it was one of the best moments of my entire life. At Coachella, and I had a photo with her, and she clicked on my phone and she said, do we look cute? She clicked on the photo and she said, we look cute. And I died.
Wait, hang on. So where did you meet her? What, were you just wandering around Coachella and you bumped into her?
I was in a backstage area at Coachella. This would be 2018. And it was the weekend that she premiered No Tears Left to Cry, which was obviously her first single post Manchester. And it's really emotional. I was meant to have seen her on that tour a few nights later in London, and obviously the whole tour got cancelled because of Manchester. And then the time I'd seen her before that was when she then came back to Manchester and did the tribute concert, which was super emotional. So I told her all that at Coachella, and she was just so sweet and humble and lovely. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. But the one thing I'm really, really excited about is the potential of her doing any songs from Wicked on this tour, because I feel like it would be, you know, she couldn't possibly do a tour and not sing anything from Wicked. The thought of Ariana Grande doing Popular at the O2 would fill every desire I've ever had, honestly.
I love that.
I was thinking this, surely she will, right?
And, you know, the second film, For Good, is coming out later this year, the second part of Wicked. And there are, you know, there's the songs that are in the musical originally in Broadway and on the West End. But there are new songs in that musical as well that they've written especially for this second film. So, you know, there's definitely scope for
she definitely is, 100%.
You know, some newer songs there from that film. So I'm so excited
Yeah,
for it.
that'll be incredible. Because like you said, how has she fitted all this into her schedule? Because you did the stuff about the reshoots. They obviously had to reshoot for the film earlier this year. And it's like then doing the album and now planning a tour. That's a lot to take on for someone.
Although I would say she's had a bit more time off this year than the last few years. Although she has just started filming the Meet the Parents sequel that she's working on. I think that's already started filming in North America.
Wasn't even aware of that.
But because there was Meet the Parents, Meet the F Words, then another one after that. And I think maybe, is this the fourth film in
This
the
must be the fourth
saga?
film.
I've not seen a single one.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Great
You
films.
would enjoy it. I feel like it's your kind of humour.
Maybe.
And then there was another film that a Dr. Seuss one with John M. Chu as well that she's been linked to as well. So she's booked and busy for the film. So it's nice that she is fitting a bit more music in there in between.
That's the thing, I think because you just don't really see her. I feel like I don't see her when she's not got something to promote. She lives such a private life with Ethan. Like you don't see her. She's not doing a Taylor and Travis and nipping out for dinner all the time. Like you never see her. Like she's like Adele. When she's done, she just walks off. And
Yeah, it's like when she was filming Wicked in North London, like, I don't think there's really any sort of either pat photos or even fan photos. I think she was so low key.
So when she was in London, she had, this is great, and I remember this bit of gossip, and I don't know if we've ever run it, but she had a black cab that was specially made for her to travel around in. So it looked like a normal taxi, but it wasn't. It was Ariana Grande's like private car.
Like chauffeur-driven taxi.
A chauffeur-driven taxi. So it had like blacked out windows, but that was the only thing that would differentiate it. But no one ever really
That's
raised an
amazing.
eyebrow. So she got around London all the time in a black cab and was going out and was going to places.
Imagine trying to get home, like on a night out, you flag it down with your burger and chips and like a bit greasy, just Harry. Like,
And Harry's in there
Yeah.
with
Oh.
Ethan in the boot. Because I still find him so strange. And I know it's really nasty to say. But they just like Max, her, the guy she was with before, her husband, was just so different in looks. And I'm not saying like everyone has to have a type. My partner's big and bold with a beard and covered in tattoos. That's not my original type. I like tall, dark and handsome, not bold.
Don't we all?
But I look at him and I just think, I just don't get the relationship between them. I mean, it must be love, but no, there's something that doesn't work there.
Do you know what I really like about them actually is that they didn't, on the Wicked tour, they've not thrown it in our faces. I think the opposite. They basically hid from each other, didn't they really? Well, not hid, but they never did the carpet or anything or...
I think Ariana's probably a little bit burnt from especially the Pete Davidson situation. I think she really wants to keep it private from now on. I mean, even with her husband, she mostly did. I know they did their wedding in Vogue, but
was so
apart from that, they were really pretty low key. So I feel like that's going to be a theme going forwards. That she's going to be
Not that
quiet.
she needs my approval, but I approve of that.
Well, whether he joins her on the tour. So just quickly before we wrap up on that, do we know what this tour is going to look like at all? Have we got any ideas?
So from my understanding is she's got the same team who did her Brighter Days short film.
Okay.
So it is going to be all based around the Eternal Sunshine album, which is basically her coming through her troubles, really. It's the same creative director who's on board, but then obviously there will be some... I mean, how is she going to twist it all up and make it poppy? Like, she's got to do her old stuff as well, right? So it's just going to be quite a shape-shifting role, and I'm surely she'll do Wicked, surely.
It would be wicked if she did Wicked.
Yeah, but next summer at the O2 in Manchester.
Well, talking of Wicked, Taylor and Travis. Kels. We can argue about his last name later and how we all pronounce it. It is Kels to add. It's not Kelsey. But he does accept it's both ways. But they obviously broke the internet this week. Like, that was wild. I was sitting at my desk writing a feature about Harry Styles when Kelly Allen, who obviously appears in the show, ran over and was just like, Taylor and Travis are engaged. And I was like, no, because I knew that would be the rest of my life would be writing about their wedding. But you guys were particularly excited. I mean, how can you tell us a bit about how incredible this was? And did we see it coming?
I also like how we've gone from talking about Ariana Grande being so private about her relationship to then Taylor Swift. I feel like this is the most public relationship Taylor Swift has ever had. Quite remarkable to go from being with Joe Alwyn, where she kept everything secret, like we're barely seen together
for 6 years.
For a long time, to go into this relationship with an American. She dated Brits for so long. It's like a whirlwind, right? And the engagement post really did, I guess, break Instagram quite literally because Instagram went down. And it's been liked a hell of a lot of times. But I am a little bit surprised. I listened to that podcast that they did the other week, and I thought, what do they talk about when they're at home? Like, I feel like they're on very different levels. I don't know what they have in common apart from the fact that they're famous.
Yeah.
Super, super famous.
No, I'm with you because she is very open about her hobbies. She likes knitting and like darning for children.
Baking bread.
Yeah, and baking bread. And he's this sort of all-American, huge guy, you know, said the other day I danced around the house to her albums. I'm with you. Like, what do they talk about?
I think the opposites attract. And like, I just think like she probably like teaches him stuff like on that podcast. He was talking about pneumology. Is it pneumology? I can't pronounce it. But like
You're the Travis Kelce of the group.
her love of numbers. And like, and she'd clearly been teaching him and he was like proudly saying it back. And I think like, you're right. Like she'll be sort of, I don't know, writing a song, but he'll be on his like PlayStation or whatever, Xbox, playing computer games. And I think they probably are very different, but I think it's nice that they probably have their own areas.
Yeah.
And then that's probably why it works because yeah, they're famous, but I think behind the scenes, like I think Taylor's quite, I adore her. Like, I've got a t-shirt on, but I think she's quite boring.
They are. Like,
Yeah, I think they're actually quite a boring couple.
Like,
I think more normal than boring, surely.
I don't know if you were in a pub with Taylor Swift, I don't, you know, she'd probably get the round in, and I think she could hold the conversation for like 10 minutes. But I don't think I wouldn't want to spend all night talking to Taylor. But I'm not a big fan.
So yeah, I could happily spend all night talking to Taylor, like you know, like 4 nights. But I think it's the real deal. I like that. Well, I hope it doesn't get too in our faces with how public it is. But she said before years ago that she never wants to hide away or hide a relationship. And I think that Joe, while obviously it was true love, I think she didn't want to hide it as much as it was hidden. Yeah. Like the level of secrecy they went to. I remember I was at the film BAFTAs one year, and he was there because he was nominated. She didn't go to the main thing, but she snuck into the dinner. Ooh. And so she was at the dinner, and obviously everyone spotted her, and you know, everyone got really excited. But even everywhere they were going, it's just like a whole team with umbrellas, like blocking everyone out, trying to hide everything. And she was really sneaking about. Whereas now she's just walking out, living her life. If you're going to take a photo of it, take a photo of it, talk about her.
Yeah, it's so true. And I mean, because that engagement was so public. I mean, that amazing photo shoot they did. And I mean, but we did learn, because I think a lot of people thought, oh my gosh, that is the moment he popped the question, and that great, you know, in the walled garden at his home. But, you know, as a true Swiftie Jack, you know really how this did happen. How did she get engaged? When did it happen? What do we know? Yeah,
so it was 2 weeks ago. True gent that he is, he asked her dad first if he could marry her. Which I think is nice, really, because
that is a nice touch.
The family's all
the patriarchy, though. Oh.
No, but it's just been a true gent, isn't it? If he didn't, you'd be saying, "Oh, he's not even asked a dad." So, but yeah, I think it's cute. And yeah,
how did he ask her?
It's in his so over a glass of wine, basically. Apparently, he'd been putting it off for a few weeks. Quite well, rightly so, nervous. But how do you ask the biggest star in the world to marry you? I think from what his dad was saying, Ed Kelsey, that he was getting quite in his head about wanting to do this big gesture. And in the end, it was just, they went out in the garden and over a glass of wine and he just popped the question there.
So that is nice. Like, that's understated.
Yeah.
Well, the photo shoot wasn't. The photo shoot was mad.
Didn't you go to the skip after you got engaged?
Yeah, I did. That? I went to the dump after I got engaged.
Yeah.
I got engaged. I cried. I got engaged with a can of better can lager, like Aldi lager in my hand. There are obviously other beers available, and then we went straight to the dump. But it was what I want. It was us two, and that was it.
That's exactly what
them.
Travis's dad was saying to Travis. So Travis's dad has done quite a few interviews, excitedly talking about it, and he was saying to Travis, "Look, son, like you asking her makes it special. It's not the roses or the everything, but obviously for the photo shoot that they've done, he's basically recreated one of her lover photo shoots.
I mean, he's very on brand. He is whipped.
He is a signed-up Swiftie.
So, I mean, the news of this has dropped just, you know, a month before her album comes out.
I don't want to be devil's advocate here, but I'm a little bit skeptical about the timing of all this. I mean, a month before your album comes out, you do the podcast with him 2 weeks before this announcement. I'm a bit like, this feels a bit like
PR.
It's part of the whole campaign.
Oh,
I feel like
you.
She probably went into the record label and said, do you know what would be really good to sell this album? Or maybe someone said that. I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical about it all because I'm like, why would you do it right then? Also, isn't he just about to start the NFL season?
Yeah,
and stuff? He's like now away for weeks on end. I don't know. It feels a bit odd to me, but great publicity for the album. Everyone's talking about her and are going to be talking about her for the entire time. It does now mean, though, that the entire album campaign, if she does any interviews, which she probably won't, but if she does, all they're going to be asking her about really is her relationship, which I thought most artists are like very against. So I'm interested that she has done it this way around, because I feel like, with a lot of big stars, they just keep these things hidden for months and months on end sometimes, don't they?
But this was, everything about this engagement was self-serving, or everything about this campaign is, so the New Heights podcast, so she does the first chat ever about their relationship on his podcast. It then gets a Guinness World Record. Everything they've done
fair
is self-serving. That's thing. So you're very defensive, and I like that.
Songs are all about her experiences, her life, from her brain, her albums. If she's got engaged, and I don't think it was planned, but why not use it? Do you know what I mean? Her whole career is about, I think that's why people love her so much, because they've grown up with her and seen how unlucky in love she's been. And I saw a really good quote, and it was like, if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, you've not needed her before. And I think, I can speak for myself, like, I've certainly cried to many Taylor Swift songs, and I think a lot of people in the world have. And that's kind of why they feel attached to her, because they've always, we've all had high and low points in our love lives, and so is she, and now she's got a happy ending. And I think, like,
for now,
she's got it.
I think that divorce album's going to be wild, guys. I shouldn't say that. So do we have any idea when they're actually going to get married? Because as you said, he's about to go off and do the NFL. She's got this huge album campaign coming up, which she's definitely going to then go back on tour with.
Well, you sort of wonder. I mean, she did the Eras tour. It lasted like 2 years. Like, will she want to go on tour again?
I think
straight away.
I don't know. I think there'll be a tour next year, Life of a Showgirl tour. I was joking with her team, actually, that they should put golden tickets for the wedding inside the vinyls, and that would get them at least, like, I don't know, 5 million in the first week debut. Like,
that's so true, actually. That's a genius idea. But then, like, where do you put? You'd have to put them in a pen. She's not going to have.
It's like Willy Wonka, isn't it? That would go. The world would go absolutely.
That really
mad.
would turn the entire wedding into a circus and a whole marketing opportunity. And my point would be proven. I don't want to be proven right, but that would.
I mean, for me, it's like, who's going to be the bridesmaids is what I'm most excited about. Because obviously, I know Selena Gomez. There are those pictures of her this week having a bachelorette party, and Taylor wasn't there, which was kind of surprising, because they were so chummy, or they are so chummy, but I mean, maybe diaries didn't align. But I'd always think, like, Selena maybe as a bridesmaid, Gigi Hadid, who else?
I think Phoebe Bridgers, which is a bit of a curveball, but when she got her masters back, she revealed that one of the first people she called was Phoebe, and I didn't realise they were that close. But if she's calling her and telling her about her masters, I reckon you're probably definitely
shoehorn her in for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the who's who, but we do know one person who won't be going, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
You've given away your ticket to the wedding of the year.
Well, I'll have that. It's fine.
Well, do you think? I feel like they might make it up.
Oh, I feel like that was so damaging, that saga.
Also, if Blake was to go, it would take the shine off Taylor, because everyone would be like, oh my God, they've made up. It's like, absolutely not. Blake's dead to her.
I agree with that. Brutal. It is brutal. Talking of brutal things, Harry Styles, he breaks hearts now, left, right and centre. Obviously, you revealed that he was snogging a lovely young woman at Glastonbury when we headed down there earlier this year. But now he's moved on again, this time with Zoe Kravitz, which is wild. Like, I was with you in the office, wasn't I? And I said, I've had the most crazy tip-in, this was last week, that Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz have been seen on a date at Rita's in Soho. And I remember us sitting there talking about it, and I was a bit like, I don't know how I'm going to get this over the line. Like, there's no pictures of them. Like,
we were like unsure, weren't we? We were a bit like, how can we definitely like confirm this? Is there anyone else we can speak to who was there? And we were discussing it, and we were like, let's just see how we go. And then on Sunday, when was it? Sunday night, I woke up in the middle of the night, and something just drew me to my phone. I opened it and I see this video at like 3 a.m. and I was like, oh my God.
It's on.
I was like, she was right.
That's the thing, because it's so hard. So with Harry's team are very open and friendly with us, but there's never going to be a comment on him from his management. So they're never going to steer you in the direction. So even if something's wrong, they're not going to say it's wrong. So it's quite difficult. Same with Zoe's team. That's often like that with massive superstars. You're never going to get a steer. So as Hal said, you have to be bang on. But yeah, I mean, I punched the air when I saw that. I mean, it did mean I had to sort of work on my day off, but never mind. But I'm feeling this romance. Like, from what I've been told now, from the guidance I've had from other people, is that this is just casual. There are no labels. And I get that. Like, he is, I wouldn't say a womanizer, because like, he's the world's nicest guy. We all know how lovely Harry is. And
he's clearly a player. Yeah. A player with a smile. Like,
not a player. I think he's just,
I'm with you. Yeah, he's not a player. I think he's a young man who's virile. He's in the best years of his life.
I'm not judging him. Like, join the club, mate. But like, I just feel like, yeah,
The notches on his bedpost are impressive. Like every straight person in Britain who's male and fancies women will want to have the women Harry Styles has had. Like Kendall Jenner, Nadine Leopold, now Zoe Kravitz. Like that man's like a one-woman wonder.
Yeah.
It's wild. But then there were those pictures as well of Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler. And I feel like people are getting confused because there are pictures of those two kissing, but that's from a film. Like everyone was like, but wasn't she kissing Austin Butler? I'm like, no, it was a film. It's in court stealing. Like it's not real. They were obviously seen in a bar together, but they're just friends.
But yeah, it's like on the red carpet. I'm not sure where the premiere was for the film. Like they're clearly just being friendly because they're close and they've got a good bond from working together.
Exactly.
Like, people need to like calm down sometimes.
It's quite funny though when these things get picked up on, because I think case in point is this whole Pamela Anderson Liam Neeson thing.
Oh my God, I love
So
them.
Is that real? That's real?
People magazine were the ones who said they were dating. And obviously they'd been a bit flirty on the red carpet and whatever. Anyway, today this report has come out. I don't know if you've seen this.
No?
Saying Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson are no longer together, but they haven't split up. And basically it's come out that they were never actually together. The whole thing was a publicity stunt. They just didn't say no to any of it by the sounds of it. And it was just a bit of marketing for the film. And I'm like, look, well done. Easy marketing to get with. I wonder whether the, big bosses in charge of marketing for Caught Stealing are like, damn, Zoe Kravitz kissing Harry Styles really doesn't help our film that much because she should have been kissing Austin Butler instead.
Well, I was about to say that's great publicity for any film. And obviously they're all great actors. So they can fake
I'm
it.
surprised Liam's done that. I don't know a lot about him, but I thought he was just a lot more reserved and, I don't say jaded, but like wouldn't have done that.
Well,
I mean, maybe if that's offensive, I don't know.
I don't think they necessarily led anyone on. I think they were just being friendly on the red carpet and people interpreted it a certain way, perhaps.
I thought they made a really lovely couple.
They've played up to it in multiple interviews that he has 100%.
There's an amazing interview which I saw, and she's just like gently stroking his hand,
Getting
but
excited.
off camera, and someone's obviously caught it. So like, I genuinely thought there was a bit of chemistry between them. Like I believed it because of little things like that.
Hey, look,
She's a true actress.
Let's see what happens. Maybe they'll, actually get it on at some point. I'd love to see it.
That would be incredible. I mean, so back to Harry and Zoe. So this obviously all gets a little bit messy as well because Zoe, Taylor Swift's obviously friends with everybody apart from Blake Lively. No offense, Blake. Poor old Kravitz is friends with Taylor. Taylor used to date Harry. And they had I don't know, did they have a messy breakup?
I think they did affect
things? Or?
They did have a messy breakup, but I do remember a few years ago, I think it was one of the Grammys in one of the post-lockdown Grammys, where there were videos of Taylor and Harry talking quite friendly.
Yeah, they've got their masks on, haven't they?
Yeah, and they looked pretty chill with each other. And I do sort of feel like it's well over 10 years ago now. Hopefully it's water under the bridge at this point. They're adults and they were children at the time. I think they'll probably be fine. Whether he would get an invite to the wedding is something else, but
that'd be a bit awkward.
It would be a great story to have Harry Styles at your wedding, whoever you are.
I feel like the guest list for that wedding was just going to be out of this world. Look, and we're talking about Taylor again. This is what I mean with it. It takes over every inch of our lives.
He's one of the most powerful people in the world. He's also one of the most powerful people in the world.
What do you get her as a wedding gift or them as a wedding gift? Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, their wedding registry will be wild, but no, she won't. She'll do something so worthy. She'll be like charitable donations.
Totally.
She'll start a Travis and Taylor Foundation that helps underprivileged children.
Without a doubt.
And they will
into
do
music
that
or
because that
something,
again
yeah.
is another PR ploy. So they will use their wedding to launch a charitable foundation. I bet you. Because she's not going to give it willy-nilly to someone.
Yeah, maybe.
No, because we're saying
We're
that
not
she's a
cynical,
charitable
but
person.
she is a charitable person.
She's not going to want gifts, is she?
No,
She
what-
knows that there's nothing anyone could get her.
Get some new darning needles for a very beige house. And talking of beige houses, I really wanted us to talk about this. Molly Mae. Molly Mae's not normally on our sort of radar. We don't, obviously, online write a huge amount about her. We don't particularly, apart from when Tommy Fury had his indiscretion, should we say, which he's denied, but we all know the truth, Tommy.
Oh.
Well, we do. I'm not saying anything we've not already written. I'm just saying it again. Wake up, Molly, and smell the custard. Because you're gonna have egg on your face again soon,
not
I
roses?
think. But anyway, sorry, Molly Mae. I am just wittering on. She has always lived this sort of like, I'm so authentic life. Like she hates when she does do those amazing YouTube vlogs that are so popular. Like that's her bread and butter and it's made her immensely popular. It's made her a huge amount of money. And she hates when people clip stuff off on TikTok because she's like, it's not real, it's all taken out of context. Well, what is not taken out of context is the fact that she is forever harping on how hard it is being a mum. And like, if you watch her videos and her longer ones, she'll like be in the car taking 10 minutes because her daughter's having a meltdown. But actually, it's come out today, she's got a nanny. So everyone has watched her life. Like, and there's no issue with her having a nanny. Like, have a nanny. Just say you've got a nanny. Do not make out to people that you can have it all. You can be a working mum and yeah, life's hard, but actually you've got some nanny in the background carrying your heavy load. Like, it's so inauthentic. It's wild.
I'm surprised she's actually got a nanny because we've all got the same 24 hours in a day, as she famously said. So, like, thinking as working mums, Molly.
Do you know what I mean? I just feel like she has so many followers, so many people who like want to be like her. Every clothing collection she does, it like sells out immediately. Like, she just puts herself across as this sort of, I'm so authentic person. But this is so inauthentic.
It is a strange one, isn't it? Because I wouldn't have anything against someone having a nanny. You know, both her and Tommy are super busy. They've got work commitments, you know. I think Jack saw her at Wimbledon a few months ago. You know, she's like out and about. She's got to do stuff. And she can't take the baby everywhere. You know, like everyone probably needs some help at some point. I guess it depends how hands-on this nanny is. Because, as you say, like a lot of her brand is that she's like, you know, a full-time working mum. And if you're sort of misleading people into thinking you're doing everything, then it does feel a little bit
massively
like you're lying. And you know, she's, I think, a very authentic person. That's how she comes across on social media. She comes across as like, you know, she doesn't, you know, gloss over things. She's really raw about things. Like you say, when she's like, you know, being very upset on camera. But yeah, if that nanny is like a full-time nanny who's there a lot of the time, then it does feel a bit like, well, you know, other people have got it properly hard.
That's the thing. And the report that sort of came out that sort of revealed she had a nanny, obviously it's caused a massive shockwave for people because she has never made it public. But apparently the nanny does play a pivotal role. The nanny is very close. Like, she does do so much stuff behind the scenes. And you just like look at the Kardashians, like they get slammed for having nannies, but at least they're honest about it.
I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing to have a nanny at all. I just think it's weird that you would hide that you've got one.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone would have anything
That's
against her for having one.
I think
No,
I
they
think
wouldn't.
she just lost, like, she was relatable and she was authentic. I think now she's basically like, you know, like scripted reality, and she's a brand, and like, look, she's extremely successful. She's made millions of pounds, and fair play to her. But now before she was whacking up a camera and just chatting to the camera. Now she's thinking about brand Molly, and I think it's lost its way, and she's not relatable. I think she just tries very hard. We saw her at the BAFTAs, and she was walking up and down that carpet about 8 times to try and get papped. It was just no, like
It was a bit embarrassing.
her inner circle has always been the same, and I don't know this, but I imagine it's sort of like they've all sort of got a bit jaded and thinking that they're all, you know, that show on Prime was like she was Princess Diana. They were making out like, you know, she's saved the world. She's not. She's a girl good and good. That's it. Like,
She's selling bloody washing powder, let's be frank.
and fair
you know.
play, like, you know,
Yeah.
we all need washing powder.
But I mean, reputationally going forward, do you think this will skew people's opinion of her? Because for me, I just think I don't really believe what you've said. Yeah, you think it's already
The tide's
turned.
already turned. Like, I think there will be the die-hard fans who watch her, but it's just like, again, I know she doesn't control Tommy, and Tommy can say what he wants. But Tommy was saying the other day how they keep their relationship private, and it's like, mate, after the documentary was all about that. Like, who are you talking? Like, what's the matter with you? I think they think they're like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You're not.
They
love.
do.
You're not.
I think they still have a huge following, and I don't think it'll taint it at all. I think if you really like them, you really like them. I've got to be honest, I've never really watched anything. I've never watched the documentary. I know about her. I watched her Love Island series. But I get why people find her relatable. There's lots of young people who are in very similar situations and would see her as aspirational. I get it. I don't think it would really affect them whatsoever. It's like, for all of the things that celebrities get cancelled for, I think having a nanny and not admitting it is,
she shouldn't be cancelled. But I bet people will just be a bit like, oh yeah, here we go again.
I believe nothing she says now. Okay, right. We're going to move on to the bin or binge, which is my favourite thing. I mean, we play this at our desk quite a lot. So, Jack, I'm going to come to you first. What are you binning?
So what am I binning? The trolls who are piling on Rylan. Now, I'm not going to get too political because it's Showbiz podcast, but Rylan, I thought, very eloquently used his platform on This Morning to say his views on immigration. He said it very sort of calmly, balanced and fairly. And first of all, I think absolutely fair play to him for being on a national platform like that and daring to sort of say your view when you know that the trolls could come for you if it's not sort of like the status quo. And I thought he said it really well. But the Twitter sort of pylon is just obscene. Like, they're just like trying to cancel him, call it. Even this morning, I've seen people calling him so many names under the sun, which is just, the problem is people need to let him say what he wants. You can disagree with it, but not pile on and try and silence him and cancel him. Because if you do that, then people who have views like that, you're going to send them one way or the other to either side. And by silencing someone, I think, John, I hope it actually starts more people to speak out and be brave and say, Tom Skinner, who I know is controversial, but Tom Skinner's already publicly rallied behind him. So I think, do you know what, Ireland, fair play, back off him.
I love that. That's a good bin. So what are you binging?
Binging at the Thursday Murder Club.
This is meant to be amazing, isn't it?
So I went to the premiere last week, and do you know what? Netflix obviously have budget. So it was the best red carpet I've ever been to. They took over the whole of Leicester Square, and they turned it into the care home from the show. So
that's hilarious.
I was like, not just one like stretch of carpet, the whole square. There was a police. So there's obviously a murder in the show, in the film.
You'd like to think so.
Yeah, there's a fake crime scene. There was people doing art class, like a live art drawings, because they do that at the care home. And so there's real actors sort of painting, and there was a man stood there dressed as a Greek, and they were painting him. My best bit, which I got very excited for, 2 real llamas. So these
That is wild.
These 2 llamas were there, and there's a man with them. And I was busy taking a photo of them because I just thought they were fabulous. But this man was saying that they've been in different TV shows, so they were like celebrity llamas.
Famous llamas.
Yeah,
We should start a section on that in next week's Fix.
The film's great. Vanessa Bauer is in it, is a cameo.
Oh, I love that.
So one of the characters competes on Dance on Ice, and she's there in it, and they're dancing to Lady Gaga's Love Drug from Mayhem, which I think one of the best songs on the album. So that's quite a nice little twist, really. I like it.
And it's on Netflix today, isn't it?
On Netflix today, yeah.
Go and watch it. Netflix will be
great.
waiting for our commission. Howell, what are you binning, my love?
I am binning the photos from the Devil Wears Prada 2 set. I kind of liked the first photos when we saw them out and about. Now I'm like, okay, it's been over a month. This is so boring. I feel like I've seen the entire film on my Twitter feed. I don't really know if I need to watch the film next year when it comes out, because is there anything left to say? I mean, part of Devil Wears Prada, it was the outfits, right? Beautiful gowns. And I feel like we've seen them all now.
We literally have. And
The best bit was obviously today when the photos have come out of Anne Hathaway falling down some stairs, because it's just funny. You so rarely get those photos of a celebrity in a situation like that. And I think she's fine, so I think we're okay to laugh about it. I think she would laugh about it too. But that's the only real one that I thought, wow, that's entertaining. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, well, we've seen Miranda Priestley at the Met Gala already on Twitter. Why do I need to go to the cinema?
that's a real shame.
I can agree.
What are you binging?
I am binging, and have been for the last week, The Traitors New Zealand on iPlayer. So I love The Traitors, and I feel like, you go through these gaps of the year where there's not a series on. I watch all of them always. And I'm counting down the days until October when the Traitors celebrity version comes out from the UK, because I just think it's going to be explosive and amazing. Like real crazy characters in there, like Paloma Faith.
Paloma will be
just going to be insane.
epic, yeah.
So I had a chat with someone from the BBC the other day who said they've watched it. It's absolutely amazing. Apparently, Alan Carr is standout.
Oh,
Standout. Apparently, he just embraced every second of it, and it just steals the show.
like you just need some dramatic people in there like that. You just know it's going to be great. And the New Zealand one is good as well, because it's actually in New Zealand, so it's not in the same house that they film in Scotland. So it's all a bit different. And just some ridiculous characters in there and stuff. It's on iPlayer, ready to binge. So I think that is an actual binge you could do if you wanted to in a weekend of like just ridiculousness.
I might try that.
Nice. Right, so I'm binning Taylor's wedding because I'm already bored of it.
Even though we've just spoken about it for 20
I
minutes.
know, and that's the thing in it. But you saw when we were talking about Harry, we ended up talking about Taylor. She's going to filter into every part of our lives. So I'm thrilled for her. They were beautiful pictures. It's amazing. But I don't want to talk about it from now until the end of time. So hopefully she gets married quickly. And I'm binging, because I'm an old woman, reruns of Sex and the City. I just got my Now Entertainment, because I normally have Now Sport to watch football. I can't stop watching it. I think I'm watching 8 episodes a day.
Well, you have to get back into that now that Just Like That's ended, right?
I was sat. The ending of Just Like That was awful. That can go in the bin as well. Dreadful.
I've never seen Sex and the City, but I have seen series where Just Like That.
Okay, you will absolutely love it. Watch Sex and the City. It is a bit of you, Jack. And on that note, that's your Showbiz Fix for this week. And you can get a whole lot more telly and entertainment tidbits if you subscribe here at Sun Showbiz on YouTube. And you can hear us in your ears wherever you get your podcasts. See you next week.